Welcome to today's video. My name is Zane Baker, energy worker and transformational coach, and my mission in life is to help as many of my brothers and sisters in humanity to break through their fears and limitations so they can go to the other side of life where abundance exists and love and harmony and transformation. And I help people do that by helping them understand how their mind works and helping them apply tools like meditations, like crystals, like angel work. I have had the blessing of being a teacher for the past 7 years, and I am not planning on stopping anytime soon. For those who don't know my life story, guys, I was born and raised in Baghdad, Iraq. I lived my entire life in a war zone, and I've seen pain and suffering in the lives of those around me since I was a child, and that has impacted my life in a way that made me feel that the only way I can make a difference is by helping those who are less fortunate. I always let my life in that light, and God, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, has always provided for me. So today, guys, I want to share with you 3 things that I call the joy killers or the joy robbers. These are 3 things that many people suffer from. Many people that I've seen both in my personal life and my professional life, people who struggle with these 3 things, they continue to suffer and they continue to lose momentum, and they continue to feel like the game of life is rigged against them. And let me ask you guys a question before we dive into these 3 joy killers. What do you consider life? What do you consider life? Some people consider life a roller coaster, so that means there's ups and downs. Some people consider life a journey, which means it's a journey that you travel, and there is steps to be taken and roads to be traveled and paths to be crossed. Some people consider life to be a game, and there are levels to go up to, and there are winners and losers. And some think life just sucks, and that they are the unlucky ones, the unchosen ones, the unfavored ones. So my question for you as a soul who's watching this video, who felt inspired to dedicate the time to learn and apply yourself and study and grow, what do you consider life? And I encourage you to put that in the comment underneath this video. Go to the comment section and put, what do you consider life to be like? There is no judgment here. We just want to have an understanding of where we're at. Because when we have an understanding and we know where we're at, then we have at least what I call a baseline to go from, a baseline to benchmark our growth from. So drop in the comment, what do you think life is? And I respond to all my comments, so I would love to see them and see what's going on. So, all right, guys, now that we have asked the important question of what do you consider life, I am going to share with you three joy robbers. So the first joy robber. It is a joy robber that I struggled with myself, and it is your focal point. What do I mean by that? Your focal point is the way that you see things, is the light that you see things from. See, guys, growing up in a war-torn country, living your entire life in a war zone, have conditioned me to believe that everywhere in the world there are wars. Has conditioned me to believe that everyone in the world is suffering. And has conditioned me to believe that if you are not suffering, then you are one of the lucky ones. So talk about focal points. And when I understood the psychology behind the focal point that we see life from, that's when I had a major breakthrough. When I understood that life, from the day we were born until the day that you're watching this video, has been lived in a certain way, in a certain environment, around certain people, in a certain circumstances, and those things condition our brain. Our body is being run by the brain. The brain has a memory of everything that happened to us, the good, the bad, the ugly, and in between. And the brain starts to compartmentalize the things that occurred and puts them in chunks in our memories. So if you lived a life like the one that I lived, war, suffering, killing, oppression, death, then your focal points start to shift in that light, because your brain wants to go to survival mode. It wants to help you survive. Now, no matter what type of life you had, guys, remember, this is not a competition nor a judgment. I want you to ask yourself, what is the type of life I had, and how it has helped me or didn't help me create my focal point. Because if the life you had, guys, was a life that was filled with a lot of misfortune, my heart goes out for you. Since I was a child, the first time I've seen a dead body, I was 6 years old. I believe 6 or 7. The first time I lost someone that I know, I was 5, my grandmother. I've seen friends turn on each other because we lived in an oppressive society. I've seen people being mistreated based on their color, based on their gender. And that has created a major focal point in my life that made me feel that life is favoring the lucky ones and unfavoring the unlucky ones. And I know it's a heavy and deep topic, but guys, the way to live life is not by covering crap with chocolate and pretend that it's chocolate. So your focal point, start to study it, start to address it, start to look at it. Don't just sugarcoat it. Don't just pretend that it is this or that. Guys, how I broke through in my life and turned this joy robber of my focal point into an ally is when I started to see that my upbringing, where I grew up, has conditioned me to see things in a certain light. And I started to ask myself, do I want to continue to live that way, or do I want to live a different life? And when the answer was, I want to live a different life, guess what? That's when I started to break through in my life. And guys, I'm not going to lie and say that this was an overnight thing. I studied, I learned, I hired coaches, I worked with mentors. I continue to read a book a week, every week. So it's a growth journey. And if you are on the path of awakening yourself and being in charge in your life, then I encourage you to start that journey with me. I do videos 3 times a week. I have a YouTube channel where I put tons of content about how to live our best life. I have a blog, zanebaker.com. Check it out. zanebaker.com. There is well over 160 articles to date, and that's just what I already created. There is more to come. Start your journey to shift your focal point. And how do you shift your focal point? I'm sure many of you are asking how to shift your focal point. It starts with a decision. All it starts with is a decision. Maybe me just coming live today and talking about this topic and you're seeing it is the sign that your soul is inviting you to decide the pain, the suffering, the issues that we struggled with in the past are in the past. Let's let go of them. Let's integrate them and learn from them and break through to the next level. And guys, once you make the decision, the right tools, the right books, the right teachers will appear in your life. And if you want me to be your teacher and help you break through in multiple levels of life, I actually have a program called Ignite Your Life. It's a weekly coaching and mentoring with my friend Jeffrey and my friend Nick Matthews. Jeff is a heart-mind coherence teacher, and Nick is a neuroscientist, and I'm all about spirituality and awakening our divine self. So the 3 of us, we coach people each and every week on that. If you want to learn about it, just put in the comments Ignite, and I'll definitely connect with you, or check out the comments or the description underneath this video for links and see if this is for you. So that's the first joy robber. Now the second joy robber that many people struggle with, and I struggled with it too for the most part because I'm a helper, is pleasing people and doing things against our best judgment. What does that mean? For many people around the globe, they want to help their family. They want to help their loved ones. They want to help their society. They want to help their kids, their parents. And society has kind of conditioned us to believe that if we don't aid those around us, to the level of sacrificing ourselves, then we're selfish people, we're bastards, we're not worthy. And I was conditioned that way. The Middle Eastern culture, don't get me wrong, guys, I love my culture. There's a lot of awesome things that came from there. Food and history and a lot of amazing things. But at the same time, it's a culture that's based in guilt. You have to do this. You have to do that. And if you don't do it, man, the guilt trip that the parents will lay on you. And the funny thing, guys, when I migrated to the United States in 2007, I realized that the guilt mentality is not just a Middle Eastern thing. When I came to the US, I noticed that they have their own version of guilt trip. It might not be as severe as what I witnessed in Iraq, where it's like literally, oh, you're not going to do that for your mom? Man, your judgment day is going to be very, very interesting, Zane. I'm like, judgment day? I just said no to cleaning the living room. What's going on? So anyway, guys, are you being guilted to doing things? When you're being guilted to doing things, it robs your joy, guys. It robs your joy. And I cannot speak to this enough because, guys, I broke through that people-pleasing habit. It is a habit because you get conditioned from childhood. You want to please your parents, and then you go to school and you want to please your teacher, and then you go to work and you want to please your boss, because we've been conditioned with this conditional love. I will love you if you do this. I will accept you if you do that. And that kind of have conditioned us, especially when we are children. When we do something nice and our parents reward us, we think like, oh, let's do more of these things so our parents can reward us. And when we don't do things and our parents reprimand us or ground us, that also make us conditioned to believe that if we don't please the parents, then we're going to suffer. And the saga continues. So for all the parents in the house, I'm all about conscious parenting. Kids need to do chores, need to learn responsibility, need to be a functional part of the family. But guys, take it from a guy who has been scarred for years, and from millions of others who have been scarred by their parents, not because their parents didn't know any better, it's because their parents went through it too. So there is no judgment. But guys, we just gotta break the cycle. We gotta break the cycle. So parents, conscious parenting, teach your kids about the importance of values, about the importance of contribution, but don't guilt them. Break that cycle in this generation so the generations to come, they don't have to suffer with this joy robber that you and me had to suffer from. There is way, way, way better ways we can teach our kids how to be a contributing members of society without guilting them to doing things. If there are any parents in the house, do you agree or disagree? This is a discussion. I love to hear from you guys. So that's the second joy robber. Third joy robber that many people experience, and it's the sense that they don't have choice. It's the sense that they don't have choice. Guys, unless you're living under a dictatorship where literally if you don't do what you're asked, you and your family and everyone from your tribe will be prosecuted, you have choice. You have choice. You might not know that you have choice, but you have choice. And today I want to empower you. I want to empower you to understand the truth, which is you are a human being. You are born with free will to choose. And that's what makes you different than the hundreds and thousands of other species that live on this earth. You have the ability to choose. So if the focal point of your life is not very bright, choose a different focal point. If you've been a people pleaser and that has hurt you in the past, choose to change that. And if you are a person who thinks that you have no choices, you're stuck, then I invite you to entertain and humor the possibility that there is a choice. You might not just know what it is, But there is a choice. And I encourage you, and I encourage you, and I urge you to start asking questions. What can I choose today that could help me evolve? What can I choose today that could help me grow? What can I choose today that could help me become a different person, a better person, a more alive person? Because guys, life is meant to be lived. Life is meant to be enjoyed and experienced with those that we love. And guys, when I say those that we love, it doesn't have to be relationships. I am part of a family structure that is far, far, far away from the norm. But man, are we family? Are we family? We love one another, we support one another, we protect one another, we aid one another, we stand up for one another, and also we have difficult discussions with one another. We're not going to entertain BS just because we don't want to go into the difficult parts of life. Your best friends are those who literally stand up for you behind your back and stand with you and talk to you about the things that might be causing you issues. They help you address the elephant in the room. And thankfully, I have replaced a lot of dead weight friends with people who have my back and who are willing to stand by my side and say, Zane, this is your elephant. Let's really help clear that elephant and set it free so you can be free. Imagine that type of friend, guys. Imagine that type of friends. So, all right, guys, I shared with you 3 joy robbers that many of us have experienced. If you experienced any of them, please let me know in the comments. And guys, please also in the comments let me know if there are specific topics, specific things you would like me to help you with by shedding some light and help you break through in them. And if you are new to this channel, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. I do these trainings 3 times a week, so when you subscribe, you actually get to see the notifications and you'll know what's going on. We do angel readings once a week, we do a motivational session like this one once a week, and we do a meditation once a week. We cater to people who are inspired to lead a different path, inspired to awaken their soul, ignite their life, and live life to the fullest. And talking about Ignite, guys, if you really would like mentoring and coaching with me and my friend Jeffrey and my friend Nick, put in the comments Ignite and I'll personally reach out to you, or go to zanebaker.com and look up the Ignite program, see if it's for you. We actually have the 4th class starts at the 1st of July, so it's just a month away. We have already 3 classes graduating, and the transformation has been incredible. And also the family that we're building, our digital tribe of igniters, it's quite magnificent, and I want you to be part of that. So all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you again later this week with another video. Till we speak again, may the rest of your life be the best of your life, and much love to you. Mwah.